wasn't expecting to walk into the setting that we walked into.
Yeah.
He's relatively new in the business. He's blowing it up down here in Oklahoma. He's doing everything that he can to make it happen.
Yeah.
There are some that see it, and there are others that just don't. You know, but like you said, what God has for us is for us, and it was for me. It was for me. And to tell you a little bit about myself, actually, I just celebrated the 20th anniversary of my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
Just keeping it real. I was in the corporate world for years, you know, and it come a point in time when I had small children and
Yeah.
I wasn't able to do a lot of the things that I wanted to do for them. Of course, they've grown and gone with children of their own, but at the same time, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to work for myself. There was a young lady that came to the law firm I was working in that I had to train. She was making $12 an hour more than me. You know, and the first thing she said, Miss Debra, why don't you just freelance? Just freelance. And no, I need the benefits. I need the benefits. Well, needless to say, she said, well, Miss Debra, I'm 23 years old. I just built my first home. 23. She just built her first home. Doing what I trained her to do. Something that I was doing every day.
Wow.
I was sewing into somebody else's field. You know.
Yeah.
They're going to cut your salary down in order to give you benefits. That's what they do. But needless to say, I took the young lady's advice, and that was the best thing that I'd ever done. So I started freelancing and working for myself.
Yeah.
I still had to go to work to get paid. If I didn't go to work, self-employment, you still trade your time for money. You know, God blessed me with a cleaning service, and I'm too young to continue to do that. You know, I just don't want to do it anymore. I have a passion for helping people. And in order for me to help somebody, I needed help. So, you know, when I prayed for something, I thought I had an answer, but, you know, sometimes we'll listen to stuff that is not God. It's just somebody just trying to pull you into something that's really not for you. Well, I joined another company. I was in that company for 2.5 years. I wasn't making any money. Well, I was making a little money, but then my team wasn't. Then when my team wasn't getting paid, then I couldn't get paid. So I got a phone call one night. You know, I'm praying, Lord, I really need some help. I sustained an injury. I really needed some help. So I get a phone call. I mean, I just can't explain it. Because I could just call on them one time and there's my answer right there. Well, that same day I got a phone call from a friend of mine that asked me if I was making any money with this company that I really don't even need to mention, FHTM. But I wasn't making the money. So I saw it, it just made sense. It just made sense. I found a way for me to be able to help. I have a desire to help women coming out of prison with nowhere to go. You know. And when you made some bad choices in your life, as I have, you know, people look at you sideways. I don't care how you change, how God changes you, but people are going to hold you accountable forever for the mistake that you made earlier in life. Well, needless to say, there are some women that's in prison they're only there because they don't have anywhere to go. You know, if they have parole, if they don't have a paroling address, the state's not going to release them. So it's my desire, and I've submitted my paperwork and all that, and I'm trusting God for the grant and all of everything I need to get it up and running. But at the same time, I was going to bring them out as I wanted them to come out as productive and train them as productive women in society, and help them to be their own boss. You know, not to ever have to tell anyone to tell them that they can't do this because of their criminal background history. They might have been children when they made a mistake, but we're still held accountable for our mistakes. So this gave me an opportunity to, the reason I run is because that's my why. That's my why. If I can do this, I know they can do it. If I can take a stand, and I couldn't do it without my partners, I really couldn't, and we drove. It was Curtis and Ebony and Tanya. We did it, and I'm learning from them. They're when I grow up, I want to be just like them. No, I want to be better than them. But needless to say, anyway, I saw this opportunity, I grabbed it, and I'm running with it. I'm running with it. There's no holding me back. You know, I love the fact that I didn't have to pick up the phone and call off a job because I chose to be in Oklahoma today. Yeah. I love the fact that when my grandchildren say, Grandma, I want to see I love the fact that I pick and choose when I want to work and when I don't want to work with my cleaning business. But with Vitel, the only thing I don't like about this company is I haven't had any sleep since I started. It's been 4 months. It'll be 4 months tomorrow. And it's an awesome thing. But enough about me. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Mr. Curtis Cross, the gentleman that's going to be presenting the business. I haven't known him very long. I've known of him because he was phenomenal in everything that he's done. You know, you can go online and look him up, and he's everything. You know, everybody's calling him because he's such an awesome person in what he does. He's been in the industry for over 5 years. He was very successful, and he's still successful. He goes out of his way to help any and everybody. You see, he provides the transportation for me to drive. But you know, he's just everywhere. He comes to Georgia, he helps the team out. He's just everywhere. This business is not just in Oklahoma, it's not just in Georgia, South Carolina. It's nationwide. Actually, it's worldwide.
Yeah.
It's worldwide. It's international. So I just want to bring Mr. Cross up and just let him tell you a little more about himself. And then I'm sure he's going to introduce the ladies that rode from South Carolina at some point during this time, because they're all phenomenal ladies. And I'll tell you, without them and the advice and, you know, just riding with them was a blessing to me, because there's things that I'm learning just listening to their conversations. And the fact that everybody works together. This is not just a business, it's a family. It's a family. And we are nationwide. We black, white, green, blue, whatever color we want to be, we all believe the same, and we all working together to make it happen.
That's right.
So anybody can pick up the phone at any given time and call Mr. Cross. They can call Evan, call Tyler, Mr. Scott, blow it up. But anyway, no further ado, I'd like to bring Mr. Curtis Cross to the forefront.